guys, and in today's video, we're going to be going over potential car brands we can see coming to Driving Empire in the future, given with hints and other stuff like that. So without further ado, let's get straight into this video. Alright, so the first car on this list is Lamborghini, and you might be saying, Lamborghini's already in the game, you're driving one, but Lamborghini is a partnership. It is not a license, so we only have two, the Temerario and the Urus SE, and it's not an official partner. I mean, it's not an official license, it's only a partnership. Now, earlier this month or something, or last month, Borges, the original creator of Driving Empire, who still works as a dev for the game, its inventory got leaked. And before Koenigsegg's and some Bentleys were made, he had meshes of those exact cars that were in the game before they were in the game. And now they're in the game, and what's in his inventory now is a Lamborghini Rivolto mesh. So it's not like anything else, it's just like the body of it, or like, you know, the main part of it, the main part you look at when you see a car. Really don't know how to describe it, like what even is that? Part of the Lamborghini Rivolto. Now, if he made some meshes for Koenigsegg's that were actually ended up being in the game, and Bentleys, the exact ones, then if he has a Lamborghini Rivolto, it's probably gonna be in the game soon. So I believe he had like a Jesco mesh and like a Regira mesh or something like that. And after like a couple months or a month, they ended up adding that car, the exact car that he had in his inventory, into the game, especially with the Bentley. Like the Bacalar, he had this exact car in his inventory for messes. So I wouldn't be surprised if that Lamborghini Rivolto got added to the game. Now, if the partnership will turn into a license, I'm not fully sure yet, but that's why it's on this list, because it's not actually licensed yet. It is just a partnership, which means I think the cars can go away in like a year or something if they don't get the license. So yes, hopefully we do get the license in the future, but I assume that if we keep getting more Lamborghinis, at some point they will be officially licensed. So yes, the first one on this list is a Lamborghini Rivolto leak of the mesh. Without further ado, let's get on to the next one, because I have about 5 on this list. The next car brand we can see potentially coming to Driving Empire is Bugatti. We only have about 3 fake Bugattis in the game right now, one being this fake Bugatti Bolide, and before this we had the replica that got removed. Now, I would say that was the most popular Bugatti in the game. If you had the money, you were definitely gonna buy it. So now, if we go into the dealership and go above this Bugatti showroom right here to this desk back here, we are going to find a newspaper. And this is where we get the hint. So on the newspaper, it says the Daily Wafer. Nothing special, right? But it says since 1825. Now, what this number means is that the horsepower of the Bugatti Bolide is 1825 horsepower. So people were saying this was a hint on the newspaper using numbers because they've done this before. Credit to Carter the Car, he was talking about this. When they were leaking the Mustang GTD, they put this Nürburgring record time somewhere on the map. I'm not sure where it was, but I know they put it somewhere on the map to, you know, hint at the GTD being added to the game. So they've done hints like this before using numbers of either horsepower, track times, or when the car was made. As you can now see, the GTD is now in the game, so now Bugatti could potentially be added to the game, knowing that that newspaper was literally added like yesterday. So yes, that is the Bugatti theory, that newspaper says since 1825, which is the horsepower of Bugatti, and that it says like Wishtap turns 150 years old, which Wishtap is a developer, so he could have made that himself. And now with the 150 years old, hinting at how old Bugatti is, because I think it's like 144 years old or something like that. So yes, that newspaper could potentially be hinting at Bugatti and the horsepower of the Bugatti Bolide and how old the company is. I honestly think it's a pretty good theory, and I could see Bugatti totally coming to the game. So yes, that is another potential brand coming to the game, but without further ado, let's get on to the next brand, because we actually have a decent amount on this list. Alright, the next potential car brand we can see coming to the game is Maserati. Now, if you didn't know, Maserati was removed from Driving Empire just a couple days ago. Unfortunately, I didn't get a screenshot of mine getting removed, but just trust me, it did get removed. If you had one, it's not in your inventory anymore, so that's how you know. And usually when cars get removed completely or just from the dealership, that means that it's in the works of being added to the game, or just a partnership and license is being talked out throughout Voldex and the company itself. This happened with Ford and like literally every other brand. I don't know why, that's just the one example. But yes, now that Maserati has been removed from the game entirely, not just from the dealership, that means they're definitely in talks with the company of making it a licensed brand. So in the future, we could definitely see Maserati coming to the game, knowing that this happened to a lot more other car brands where the cars got removed and then recently after they got licensed. So this is probably definitely what's happening. It literally happens to every car in the game, so Maserati is probably up next. But without further ado, let's get on to the next car brand. Alright, so the next 2 car brands. This is like a bundle pack from But this one involves the Pininfarina. So if you didn't know, Pininfarina was just added to the game. As you can see, I'm driving one right now. So how would you not know? That was a stupid statement. And the creator of Pininfarina was Battista Farina, as you could tell the name of the car, Battista Farina Edition. And this guy designed many cars, or was the designer of many cars besides Pininfarina, like Alfa Romeo and Ferrari. So like all these brands were kind of like connected. We have some designers from Ferraris also designing Pininfarina, and then we have some designers from Alfa Romeo also doing like Ferraris and Pininfarina. So there was a lot of designers going into each brand of these three brands, Alfa Romeo, and then also so Lancia on there, but not as much as Alfa Romeo and Ferrari. But yeah, so Ferrari, Alfa Romeo, and Pininfarina is all like somehow connected in a way with their designers and stuff like that. So if we got Pininfarina into the game, I can definitely see like Alfa Romeo coming to the game. As everyone has always noted in their videos, Ferrari is a very strict brand. So if we were to see cars from this hint right here that they have the same designers, it'd probably be Alfa Romeo. But Ferrari, probably, you know, on the lesser side because they are strict. But that would be really cool. I mean, it's not like really a hint. We just know that Pininfarina has some designers that came from Ferrari, Alfa Romeo, and they're all kind of somehow connected when, you know, all those cars are made. So yes, we could definitely see some car brands from this same area and designers coming to the game like Alfa Romeo. But Ferrari, like I've always said, it's pretty strict. So if we get it, I'd be really surprised, but I'd be really happy. So hopefully we do get Ferrari and Alfa Romeo soon. It's not really the best hint ever, but it does mean something. So without further ado, let's get on to the last brand that could be coming to the game. Right now, the last car brand that could potentially be coming to the game on this list is Mercedes. I feel like this car brand was hinted at a while ago, but just nothing ever ended up happening. But let me show you how Mercedes could be coming to the game. So right here, we have this Pagani Utopia. Now, if you didn't know, Pagani doesn't make their own engines. Do you know who does? Mercedes. Mercedes makes all the engines for Pagani. So as you can see on the back of this engine, oh, that's the door, wrong button. But if we go into the back of this engine right here, you will see there's a logo right here that is AMG. Now, AMG is Mercedes. This is their logo. They put on a certain amount of cars that are special. Now, how this could be connected is, for example, NASCARs. When we got NASCARs, we had Ford, and that was one of the brands we had never had before, especially with Toyota too. So it's not just NASCAR that the game had to get permission from, it's the brands itself too. So Ford had to get permission from, and then later after, we got Ford licensed as an actual brand. So it's not like Voltex only asked NASCAR for permission, they actually had to get, you know, Ford, Chevy, and Toyota too. So what I'm thinking with this Pagani is, you know, Pagani doesn't make their own engines. Mercedes makes most of all their engines, I believe, so they had to get permission from Mercedes too, right? Because they weren't already in the game, and it's basically a car, just not the Mercedes itself. It's a Pagani over a Mercedes engine. So I feel like it is two brands in one, and engine is a pretty crucial part of a car. I feel like they actually had to ask Mercedes for, you know, permission too to be in the game, because the logo is just straight on top of the engine. It's not like they could just ask Pagani, and because Mercedes engines are in the Pagani, they don't have to ask permission. So this makes me believe they had to ask permission from Mercedes too to be in the game, partially because, you know, it's an engine and not actually a car. So I could definitely see Mercedes being added to the game, especially with this hint that it's been on, you know, the engines for a while. So in total, we have 6 potential car brands we can see coming to Driving Empire, but all these hints makes me believe that they will come to the game. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to check out my description, subscribe to my other channels, my 3rd channel, and my Forza Horizon 5 channel. I post on every Saturday on the Forza Horizon 5 channel, and I have not posted it on the 3rd channel, but I will start soon. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so I can reach my goal of 35,000 subscribers. We are so close, but that is every car brand that we can see potentially coming to the game in future, 6 to be exact, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.